Hello, welcome to episode 118 of the Datapack tutorial series, version 1.21. We're going to be disenchanting items, but we're going to be getting the books back. So, pretty simple concept. Here is my netherite sword, and if we look at it, we can see it's got sharpness, unbreaking, and mending. Sharpness 4, unbreaking 2, and mending. This is my disenchant book. I hold target item in offhand, right-click this book. Okay. My book's gone. My item no longer has any enchantments, and I have my mending, my sharpness 4, and my unbreaking 2. Cool. So that worked pretty well. It's more complicated than I thought it would be, to be honest. And if you've noticed the sound is a little bit better or worse in any of the recent videos, let me know. Give me some feedback. Trying to get it a little bit louder. Anyway, let's get on and build it now. Here we are in VS Code. Okay, what have I added? I've added into my namespace the folder advancement. Inside advancement, I've put the file usebook.json. And then inside my namespace function, I've added the folder book. And inside there, we've got check enchants, check levels, give, summon book, use book. And we're going to be using the load. Okay, so that's everything we're going to be using. I think we'll start with the load. And I'm going to be a bit cheeky and I'm going to do a bit of copy pasting because you'll see why in a second. First of all, though, we need a scoreboard for the levels. We'll call it, it's for a level check. And we'll say scoreboard, objectives, add, level, and it'll just be a dummy. A dummy. Okay. And then we're going to set up some enchantment data. For some reason, I removed my comments from this file. In the other files, they're all there. Okay, set enchantment data. I'm going to change it to setup. Sorry about that, just to waste a bit of your time. I'm going to data modify storage, and I'll use my default ID data. And I'll say, what should we call it? I suppose it's a list of enchantments, so we'll call it enchant list. And we'll set a value, open brackets, and now I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to put it onto multiple lines to make it easier to read. So we're going to have like one entry, 2 entries, 3 entries, but I'm going to split it onto multiple lines. So can I get my little backslash like that? So I'm going to be using my backslash. So if I take that out, so this that I've got there is the same as space. Put that one there, space, put one there, space, put one there, oop, and space, put one there. Okay, so that's the same. Yes, it's much longer, but it makes it much easier to read in the long run, because what we're going to do is each one of these is going to be the enchantment. So we have to have an ID. And the ID will be Minecraft. And let's start at the... Well, actually, I'll start with the ones I've got on a sword for testing. Let's do sharpness. So that's its ID. Minecraft sharpness. And we'll give it a max level as well. Max level for sharpness is 5, I believe. Okay. Let's do another one. ID. Let's say Minecraft mending. Max level for mending is 1. Okay, and we'll have ID Minecraft unbreaking, and the max level for unbreaking is 3. Okay, so if I left this like this, this would be able to strip off sharpness at level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, mending at level 1, or unbreaking at level 1, 2, or 3. So those are the only things it would be able to affect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, just because you don't want to watch me type this out, all the enchantments, like that. Okay, so you can see it's literally just the same. Here we have ID, we have Aqua Infinity. Max level of 5, well I think we've got a mistake there, haven't we? What's the max level of Aqua Infinity? Is 1. There we go. In fact, it wouldn't actually matter if that said 5. It would just run through a loop 4 more times than it needs to, because it's never going to find Aqua Infinity 5. Unless someone's been naughty and summoned an item with commands. So, here we go. What it's going to do is it's going to go through this list and say, does the item have this? If it does, okay. Does it have level 1? Does it have level 2? Does it have level 3? No. Does it have Frostwalker? Does it have Frostwalker 1? Frostwalker 2? No. That's the idea. Okay, let's save that. Let's get rid of it. Right, I think let's give ourselves a book. So we will give at S. I'm just going to use a book. You can use any item for this bit. This isn't a problem at all. Any item at all. And we will add Minecraft custom data. This is the important bit. Minecraft custom data equals, and I'm going to call it Disenchant True. Okay. Now we need to be able to right click it. So this is important as well. Minecraft food. Do take into account, if you're in the later versions of me, they've changed how food is done. You'll need to specify food, which will contain the nutrition, the saturation, and the eat seconds, I think, and consumable contains the can always eat. It might be consumable contains. If you have a problem trying to do this in a later version and say the give command doesn't work, just leave me a message. Okay, what do we need in food? Well, I don't want it to actually give me any nutrition. So we'll say 0 for that. I don't want any saturation, so I'll say 0 for that. I do want to be able to always eat it, so that's going to be true. And it's going to take me 1,000,000 seconds to eat it, because you don't actually want to eat it. Let's give it some an item name. Item name equals, let's just give it something simple. Apostrophe, apostrophe, inside there, speech marks, and we'll call it a Disenchant. Oh, I almost spelt it correctly. Well done me. Disenchant. Okay, let's give it some lore. Minecraft lore equals open and close. So in there we'll have apostrophe, apostrophe, speech marks, that's line 1, comma, apostrophe, apostrophe, speech marks, that's line 2. Hold item in offhand, right click book. Save. Okay. Reload. Function. Give. Let's have a look at it. Hold item in offhand, right click book, disenchant. That's all good. Let's do our data get entity at S. Selected item. We can see it's got its food component, yep, and it's got its, where's disenchant? There it is near the bottom, disenchant 1B. Cool, that looks all right then. We can close that then. Let's close that. Now let's do our advancement so we know when we're actually using the item. Let's go over to Misode for that. Here is the advancement generator. Okay, criteria, we'll just call it use book because that's a sensible name. Trigger will be using item, because I'm going to be using the item. Eating the item is considered using it, while starting to eat the item is considered using it. I believe there is also a consume item, and I think that triggers when you finish eating the item. Well, I don't want to be waiting 1,000,000 seconds, so we'll do it on the using item. And we'll need some conditions. So the player... Yeah, we'll check the player, and we'll check their equipment. And the equipment we're going to check will be their main hand. So this book is only going to work if their main hand and the item is in the offhand. We don't really need to say what the item is. We just need to check the custom data. So we'll check the custom data. And we'll make that a string. And we'll probably need to edit this. I always do. I never get this right. I'm sorry, Galsagi. I never get it right. And we're going to put in here what did we call it? Disenchant true. Yeah, I think we need to change that. And it's going to run a function, which we'll just put a placeholder for now. Let's copy that. Let's take it with us. Let's put it into our advancement. And I'm just going to remove these escape brackets here, that one, and the speech marks from the end and the beginning. There we go. Save that. Oh, and we better say what function it's using. I'll start typing my namespace. Okay, and I'm going to call useBook. I usually keep them the same name. The function is useBook, the advancement is useBook, and the criteria is useBook. It makes it very obvious which ones go together. Right, let's save that. Let's go off to useBook. First thing we're going to do, revoke the advancement. Advancement revoke. S only. Start typing in a namespace, use book, and now we're just going to come down the end here and say used save. Let's do a reload and let's spam that. Well, I'll have to say it didn't work. It shouldn't be something the problem with the book. Is it a problem with my advancement? During testing, have I left myself with that advancement? Advancement revoke at P only use book? No? Okay. Well, let's go and have a look. I will just do function, and I do see use book there, so we don't have a really bad error in it. Okay, let's check our advancement. Its criteria is use book. We made up the name, that's fine. Trigger is using item. Conditions, player, equipment, main hand, predicates, custom data, disenchant. I've put disenchant. Did you see me do that? I bet you did. Disenchant true. No. There we go. That's what we want. That's better. Let's save that. Let's go back. Reload. And now we can spam the item. Okay. Silly mistake to make, but at least it was a reasonably easy one to fix. Right. Let's make the useBook function. So we've already revoked the advancement. That's fine. If we haven't got anything in our offhand, there's no point doing anything. We might as well exit. So we will execute unless items entity me, or the person running this, weapon.offhand, we'll just say star, anything. Then we will return run tell raw. So we're going to leave the function, but before we leave, we're going to run a tell raw for this player only. And we'll just have something simple. So we'll say red, color of red, and its text will be no item in offhand, save. We might as well test as we go. Reload, no item in offhand. Well, you are completely correct. What if we have our item? Cool, that seems good. Okay. Now exit if the offhand item has no enchantments. Okay, so I think, actually, what I'm going to do is copy this previous command. Let's copy that. And we're just going to add some stuff to it. So, no item in offhand? No enchantments found on item. That'll do. And here, where we're checking for any item, but we want to check for any item, Minecraft, enchantments. You autofill it for me, thank you. Wiggly, tilde, little worm, open and close square, open and close curlies. So we're looking for any enchantment on the item. So now let's go back. Let's do a reload. Let's get a piece of sand. No enchantments found on item. Let's put our sword on. Clear chat. And we get nothing. So we're still going. Nice. Make a temporary copy of the enchantment data. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of this. Nice and easy. It's only one command. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to start at the end. We're going to say, does it have Windburst? No. Delete Windburst from the list. Does it have Vanishing Curse? No. Delete Vanishing Curse from the list. So we don't want to delete from our main list because we want to be able to use that list again in the future. So we're going to make a temporary list. So let's do that. We can just do data, modify, storage. This time we'll call it ID temp. And we'll give it the same name, enchant list. And we'll set from storage ID data enchant list. There we go. We've got a copy now. We've got our one we keep nice and fresh and new ID data, and we've got our temporary one that we can mess around with. Now we're going to call the function to check each enchantment. So we'll do function check enchants with storage, ID temp, enchant list, and we're going to put square brackets -1. So that is going to get the last entry in the list. So if we look at our load, we are passing this entire list. Well, we've copied this entire list, and we're just passing this last one. So that's the one we're going to check first. So let's go back to here and remove the book from the player. Now for testing, I think I might disable this because otherwise we'll have to keep giving ourselves a book. Let's put the command in, item replace entity at S weapon main hand with air. So we've got the command, and let's comment it out for now because otherwise each time we test it's going to remove our item and that'll just get a bit tedious. Right, now we don't really have anything to test. Oh, I suppose we could go in here. So we've got enchant list. Let's go in there, check enchants, and let's just do say. So what did we do? We set up an ID for each one, and we set up a max level for each one. So let's do that. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Let's see if we get anything. No item in offhand. Fair enough. Let's put an enchanted item there. Windburst 3. Ah. Okay, cool. So it's checking. It's looking for Windburst 3. That's what we want. That's nice. Obviously, we want to check for all the levels, though. So we better set that up. So I think what we're going to do here is call another function. So we'll call function check levels with storage, ID temp, enchant list, -1. So we're passing the list. So remember we've got Windburst and 3 currently. We're going to pass that to the check levels function. Now once check levels has finished with it, we will remove Windburst from the list. Data remove from storage, ID temp, enchant list, -1. Okay, so what we've done, let's have a look at load again. We've had a look at this and we've passed it off to the check levels function. Then we've come back out and we've deleted this one from the list. Now we're going to run the function again with the last one in the list, which is now going to be vanishing cursed. And you can see we're going to just slowly step all the way up until we've got none left. Let's see if we can find out where I'm supposed to be going. There we go. So we've removed the last one. And now let's run again if there's still more. Function check enchants with storage, ID temp, enchant list, -1. Okay, so this is going to go wee and run all the way through the list for all of those things. Let's go into check levels. And let's try the same thing again, actually. Let's do say ID max save. Let's do a test on that and see what result we get. Okay, now it's printed out the entire list. Cool, starting with the last one and then working its way all the way down to Aqua Infinity, the first one. Nice, that's good. But you can see we are only checking the max level. Now, what if they had, say, Bane of Arthropods has got 5 there. What if they had Bane of Arthropods 3? Okay, so here we're going to have to loop through the max level as well. First, we'll check for the enchantment. So we will... Ooh, it's going to be a long one. So what we want to do, we want to execute if items entity at S weapon dot offhand is any item, open and close square brackets. We'll fill this bit in a minute. Oh, let's fill it in now, actually. Minecraft enchantments contains, so tilde, open and close square brackets, open and close curly brackets, enchantments, close that, more speech marks, in there, that's where we'll put our ID, okay, and then outside of the ID, we also want to check the levels, and in there we will have max. Okay, notice that the ID is contained within speech marks and the levels is not contained within speech marks. Keep that in mind. Then, so in our example at the moment, we're coming in here and we're saying, does the weapon in the offhand have Minecraft Windburst at level 3? If it does, then run function. Oh, do I have to type it because I'm using because I'm using data passed? I've got the macro sign, so I have to type the whole thing myself. Okay, well, we're going to do summon book, so let's copy resource path, summon book, and we'll pass that some information. We will pass that an ID. The ID we're going to pass it will be the ID. So currently we're on Windburst, so we're passing the Windburst, and we will pass it the level, and the level we're passing it will be max. Okay, that seems all right. Now what we'll do is we'll convert that level to a score. Scoreboard, players, set. We'll just have a fake player. We'll just call them flake player. Flake player? Well, flake player will do. Any name will do. Level. And we're going to set that to max. Okay, now we'll decrement that score. We'll take one off it. Scoreboard, players, remove. What do we call them? Fake player. Fake underlined player. Level 1. Then we'll save the new level to storage. Execute. Store. Result. Storage. ID. Temp. Into the enchant list -1 dot max. So when we came in here, max was 5. Now I've copied it to a player. I've taken one off that player and I've copied it back into the list. So max is now 4. Int 1 run scoreboard players get fake player level. Okay, so now we've got 4 in the max, and now we'll run this again. So we'll do function check levels. We want to check the levels. Oh, actually, first of all, we should say, are there still levels left? So we want there run again until level reaches 0. So we'll do execute if score fake player level matches 1 or higher, then we will run function check levels with storage ID temp enchant list last on the list. Save. Okay, let's do a little test on that and see what result we get. Let's clear chat, F3D, do a reload, run that. We get absolutely nothing. Because we haven't got a say command anywhere, have we? Oh, that makes sense. Let's just put a say command here. Say ID and max. Save. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Let's run it. Now we can see what we're doing. We're looping through. We're checking for respiration 3, respiration 2, respiration 1, quick charge 3, quick charge 2, quick charge 1. Okay, so we're checking. We've got everything in the list now. That's nice. Right. So now what we need to do is we need to do this summon book. And for summon book, we're being passed an ID and we're being passed a max. So let's go to summon book. We're going to summon the book first. So we will do summon item at coordinates. How do we do this? Item. Sorry, my brain. How do we do this? Here's a tutorial. I don't know how to do it myself. ID. The ID is a Minecraft enchanted book, isn't it? Minecraft enchanted book. We'll put a count. I don't think you have to specify the count, but we'll put one anyway. Count. Components. Open and close. Well, on the component list, we want Minecraft stored enchantments. Have I spelled that right? Let's have a little look. I did. And then we'll open and close curlies. And inside here, we're going to have levels. Open and close curlies. Inside levels, we need an ID. And so we'll use the ID we passed. And then we'll have a comma after that. Oh, no, we don't have a comma. Yeah, we have a colon, and then we set the level. Level. Close. Save. Now, have I done that right? Is it level we want to set it to? Are we passing it as level? I think we did, didn't we? Let's have a look. Check levels. No, we've passed it as the word max. Oh, no, look, we're passing max to the word level. That's fine. Okay. So it is level we want here. That's what's being passed. Now we'll remove that enchantment from the item. So we will item modify entity at s weapon dot offhand open and close. Let's attempt to spell, please. Function Minecraft set. I'm getting rather lost each time I try to type enchantments. Set enchantments. The enchantment. The enchantments we want to set, open and close, will be, type in the ID, make sure we put it in its little ID. We want to set the ID there, and we want to set a level for it. Well, I'm not actually even going to use the level here. I'm just going to set its level as -255, which is basically goodbye. And we will add type true. So we're going to be adding it. Okay, let's save that. Let's go back and do a little test. Boink. Nothing. I always feel that when I'm writing these macro commands because it doesn't autofill properly once you've put something in there. Let's comment these out. Comment. Let's do a say, and let's check that ID is coming through properly and level is coming through properly. Save. Reload. And I think it'd probably be helpful to remove this say command as well, because that's spamming our chat. Reload. Unbreaking 1, sharpness 3, mending 1. Well, it seems to be okay. So we seem to be getting what we need coming through. So I don't think it's a problem with them. It's going to be a problem with how we've structured our command. So let's have a look. Summon item. How many brackets have we got at the end of this thing? 5 brackets. Now, that seems about right. Summon item ID, Minecraft Enchanted book, components, item modify enchant list. That's supposed to be the entity. Did I type EN and then it went for enchant? Oh, you little pest. That's supposed to be the entity. Item modify entity. There we go. Let's try that. Boing! And it says no enchantments found on item because I was keeping my finger down. So there's no enchantments on it now because we've taken them off. See, we've taken the items off and we have, yep. Okay, we've got our enchantments. Now, all we have to do to fix that, oh, give me that back. All we have to do to fix that no enchantments on item thing is remove our book. So let's give ourselves an enchantment. Have I got sharpness 3, that will do. And let's stick something else on there as well. Mending. Mending. Okay, so we've got sharpness 3 and mending on there. Let's put it in our offhand. Let's go back. And let's go to our use book. Here we go. And we'll uncomment this line which removes the book. Save that. We go back. Get off. I'll grab some wood for no reason. And we'll run it again. Boink. Book's gone. I've got mending, sharpness 3, and my netherite sword's got nothing on it. Okay. Nice. I say, so we can get books back from enchantments. Now, just as I was making this, I had a little ping on my my Discord, and I see Galsergi has sent me a message. And I bet that before I've even released this video, he's come up with a much better version. Or, fingers crossed, and this is unlikely, have I done it quite well? Who knows? We'll find out soon. So we might be getting a new version of this coming out soon, but I think there's still some stuff to learn in this video anyway. Anyway, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.